90s.
For an older person, he's very attractive.
We're going to get great ratings in your show. Look of the Year contest is the ultimate contest for women that want to go all the way in the modeling business.
Wow.
Is it normal to see men in dressing rooms at pageants and the
No.
owner of a pageant?
No. No. very dirty. It was very creepy. It's kind of like when you're at a bar and a creepy guy is checking you out. That was the experience for me.
He just came strolling right in. There was no second to put a robe on or any sort of clothing or anything. Some girls were topless, other girls were naked. Donald Trump owned the pageant for the reason to utilize his power to get, around beautiful women. Who do you complain to? He owns the pageant. So there's no one to complain to. Everyone there works for him.
Problem during the middle where she gained a little weight.
I don't think so.
Yeah, she's probably right.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Some people, when they have pressure, don't eat. And some people, when they have pressure, eat too much, like me, but like Alicia.
And she had a little problem during the middle where she gained a little weight.
I don't think so.
Yeah, she's probably right.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Donald Trump called you Miss Piggy.
Yes, Miss Piggy, Miss Housekeeping.
How did that make you feel?
So sad.
Congratulations, you're citizens of the United States.
Donald, she has a name.
Where did you find
her
this?
name
Where did you
is
find
Alicia
this?
Machado.
Where did you find
and
it?
she has become a U.S. citizen, and you can bet
Oh, really?
she's going to vote this November.
Okay, good.
We saw that Donald Trump announced on Twitter he would not be here for the pageant tonight. Does that change things for you guys? I knew it was going to be gross. I just knew it was going to be gross. I'm glad. Thank you.
seen a close-up of her chest? Yes. And a lot of freckles. Are you into freckles? If the father's a wreck like the way he is, right? You imagine the sex with this troubled? Yeah, you're probably right. She's probably deeply troubled and therefore great in bed. Back in the day. How come the deeply troubled women? Yes. Deeply troubled. Right. They're always the best in bed. If for some reason what I said is true, I mean, they're just unbelievable. I can tell from the... You don't want to be with them for the long term, but for the short term, there's nothing. Really beautiful is Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton. And I've known Paris Hilton from the time she's 12. She's hot. Her parents are friends of mine, and, the first time I saw her, she walked into the room and said, who the hell is that? Did you want to bang her? She is well, at 12, I wasn't interested. I've never been into that. Right. They've sort of always stuck around that 25 category. But even at 12, you were kind of wow, she's hot. I saw at 12, she was beautiful. But honestly, Paris gets knocked and this and that, but she's very beautiful. Is she dumb? Flawless. She's dumb like a fox. Have you seen the video, the sex video? I have seen it. You did? What'd you do? You went on the internet? It was just. How did you see that? What did you do? Melania showed it to me. She did? She showed it to me. What did you think of that? I think it's probably unfortunate, and perhaps it made... What is that noise? That's the tape.
The wedding date of this is December 20th, 1993, in the center of their friendship, which of course continued.
This was my bed. It's a little small for me now. Probably why I don't stay in here anymore, but yeah.
And what floor are we on?
We are on the 68th floor. Not a bad view to wake up to.
People are always going to speculate and people are always going to wonder, could she have done it without her parents being who they are? And I've always thought, in this industry, your parents can't really get you that far. It's more about the public opinion. And if the public doesn't like you, then you're never going to succeed.
She has to go through letting stage. She's really there, just starting. She has a lot of confidence, a lot of voice, and a lot of personality, and she's a hard worker. And if you start with those qualities, you really can go places.
For a funky do, where her hairstylist was hitting on her dad's fortune rather than her.
Can you ask your dad if he's got $500,000 even than me?
got $500,000 in than me.
I think it went well.
Does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Okay, Ivanka, what's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
If I weren't happily married and, you know, her father.
My daughter, Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body.
By the way, your daughter.
She's beautiful.
Can I say this? A piece of ass.
Yeah.
She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous. She's tall. She's almost 6 feet.
You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it? If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Oh, it's so weird. Stop. You know what? You are sick.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah.
Well,
you're known for saying outrageous things, Mr. Trump.
Who are you, Woody Allen?
Mm.